All right, I wasn't sure if this was going to be a sellout release or not, which is a crazy thing to say considering what these are. But this is a pair of the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OGs, black toe colorway. As you can see, the box design is fire. I love the picture on the top here showing like MJ like with the shoes over his shoulder and the red laces, the Air Jordan Wings logo on his shirt. The inside of the box on the bottom here, it says Special Attention M Jordan. And then it has the Wings logo and it doesn't say Air Jordan on it right there at the top, but very interesting look. Then you have the shoes that look fire and extra red laces. And then seriously, look at this paper. Like we're finally getting some incredible storytelling with some of these products, which is the part that's kind of crazy to me, why people are sleeping on these. Like I ended up getting my pair like as a, I guess like a pre-order or whatever from like Finish Line. Like I actually ended up getting them like from the app. So I was like, I'm not even gonna bother with sneakers. I got my pair. Did you guys hit on a pair of them or not? Were you after them? Did you get them? Because I think that's the most important thing. Like the fact that if you were interested in buying them, you were able to get them. And I wanna hear in the comments, did you get them? Were you trying to get them and were you successful? Or like, are there people that actually was trying to get them that missed out on them at retail? Because I feel like there's probably more pairs floating out there, but I'm happy that they were fairly accessible to get. Enough that I was on Finish Line to get my pair and like I got them like hours and hours and hours later when they had them available. I haven't heard all of the chatter about these, to be honest. I've been a little bit removed, just more focusing on family and stuff. I saw images and I was like, yes, of course I'm gonna get them. In some of my group chats with some friends and stuff, like some of them are passing on them. They're like, no, I can't believe it's 2025. I can't believe I'm passing on black toes. We've had other releases that were very similar to these as well back in the day. We had the Union black toes as well with the mismatch that they had back in the day. Then we also had the, the bread toes as well, very similar, but also the bread toe version. We recently just had the Band 85 release as well, which everybody was talking about. And I feel like that like dwarfed this release in a sense because everybody was really more interested in the 85 shape and more true to the originals. And then they give us these that don't have the Wings logo on the side. They have the Air Jordan logo, which is, I guess, a prototype for the original pair back in the day. But the idea that these are not true to the original ones that you guys may remember, like I feel like this is a reason why a lot of people were just like, nah, I'm good with it. Or maybe people are just fed up with it, the black, red, white Air Jordan theme, which is a crazy thing to say because honestly, it's the best color themes when you're talking about Jordans. Now there are some special details on the shoe other than the box and the Air Jordan on the side right here that matches the pair that he's wearing in this picture right here. So I love that there's like a little bit of a storytelling element there, but they also have some text written on the side here that says, my very best Michael Jordan. It says it on one of the shoes. And Kari Sneaker Fetish, if you haven't seen his posts on Twitter and stuff, he broke down these like incredibly well. So I'm not gonna butcher his story. I would highly recommend you just go and check out his video that he posted on these. But he alluded to the fact that that was a message to his best friend and one of his buddies that he grew up with. And his friend actually ended up getting his pair from Michael Jordan that actually had that written on it. It was to him though, specifically. And from what it sounds like, his pair was used maybe as a prototype for this release. And prototype being the key word because his pair had the Air Jordan here, similar to what we have here, but not on the released pair. So I feel like this is kind of like one of those Easter egg hidden ones that have like an extra layer of meaning that maybe didn't get told in the story like on Jordan Brand's website, but it is what it is. Now in the picture, Jordan has the red laces. When I chose to lace these up myself, I had to go with the black laces. I think that they look better with the black laces than the red laces. MJ wants the extra pop. The red laces give you that extra pop, but for me, I like the black laces. You could also go with sail colored laces as well. I feel like that would be a nice little move. Now, I believe this is a reimagined pair as well because it's kind of like a re-envisioning of the Air Jordan 1 Black Toes with the Air Jordan on the side instead of the Wings logo. The midsole does have kind of a vintage treatment as well. As you could see, it's a little bit of a lighter color than the white panels on the shoes. So you have white panels on the side and then also the perforation holes on the toe box. And then you have black panels for the laces through the sides right here and then also around the mud guard. And then you have a deeper red around the wings and the heel collar of the shoe. And it does say that this is varsity red, but honestly, it feels like it's a little bit darker than the typical pairs. And then you have red on the outsoles as well. I do like the off-white color here and then the red outsoles. I think red outsoles is fire. You have a block liner and then the Nike Air detailing on the tongue. And then something a little bit different. We've seen this on a couple other pairs, but the reverse side of the tongue is like a little bit more see-through and you do see the foam through here. I've seen this on a couple other pairs, but it's not what we've seen in most of the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OGs. So just pointing out there's a little bit different there. It is pretty crazy to me that the resale market is like less or close to retail on these right now, which is pretty wild. I'll link them in the description for those that are interested. But it's wild to me that you can get these for close to retail, and it is like an OG colorway. And you know, I always thought we'd hit this point in sneakers where, you know, the original colorways would be available, and then you'd have like certain colorways that are like evergreen, basically always in stock, kind of like Converse. And if they did something like that, it would give people the ability to get, you know, a pair of Jordans, like a good colorway. But now you see like the mass saturation of sneakers in general. Like it's wild to see like a pair that has such good storytelling on it. Maybe not the best materials, but good storytelling and amazing colorway, and really just having them just sit or just fake sell out, and then now are being sold on the open market for under retail. It's wild to see that. I've been doing this for a number of years, and I've been through the, you know, the cycles of the way the sneakers are released. And I'm okay with situations like where it's at, primarily because if you're just a fan of the sneakers in general, the idea that you can actually like something and actually obtain them is pretty mind-blowing. Like the fact that that is the case. Now, there's always situations where I like a sneaker and I can't get them because, you know, I struck out on them, I miss out on the retail release, and then I don't want to pay resale for them. There's always those situations that happen as well. Like not every release that I like is going to be one that everybody hates. There's going to be releases that are super hyped up, and I'm in line with those people wanting to get those shoes as well. But for those people that just really wanted like a nice colorway, like an original colorway, one with detailed storytelling, this is one you can get and be like, dude, they actually release these. Like, I mean, 5-10 years from now, you're gonna go, yeah, they actually released these and they were sitting. And I think by then you'll have a respark of interest in sneakers to some capacity, and you know, they'll have another wave. But you know, the waves come and go, and you gravitate towards what you like, but you don't have to buy just the hype things. You can buy the things you like. And if other people think that they're not that special because they can get them for less than retail, man, finding pairs of sneakers for less than retail is really what got me even started in collecting in general. Like just being able to get a pair at a good price, something that you really liked. So that's my thoughts. I think that it is what it is. The fact that they're sitting close to retail or less than retail right now, I feel like long term they'll go up, but it's not financial investing advice for you guys. It's just more for the hobbyists out there that really enjoy like the product, love seeing a nice pair that has like deep history, and like having like an original colorway. Like this is one that you can't really beat. Yes, again, the quality is meh on here, and some people aren't gonna like that Air Jordan logo on the side. Remember when they did those hybrid bread colorway of the Air Jordan 1s and 2s? Those were hybrids as well that were actually prototypes that Jordan wore the Air Jordan 2 midsoles on the Air Jordan 1 upper, and those sold terribly as well. Sometimes people don't really gravitate towards the prototype-esque sort of sneakers, or maybe they just don't know the story. Maybe the story needs to be told a little bit better. The way they did the band rollout, the story on that, if they had any sort of budget behind this, I feel like everybody would have, I mean, these would be a lot more valuable. But I think Jordan Brand needs to start doing what they did with the band ones and doing it more with other sneakers that are more obtainable. That was my biggest complaint about the band one rollout, is the fact that they're hyping up a shoe that nobody's going to be able to buy. Like, I don't understand like that. They should have done that treatment on these. That would have been a better move in my opinion. But because again, the storytelling is great, the box is great, and everything else about the shoes is awesome. Any which way, that's my thoughts, but leave a comment in the comment section what you guys think. I'll link them in the description if you guys are interested in buying them. But hopefully you guys have a good rest of the day out there. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Hopefully we'll see you back on the channel for some more sneaker content. See you tonight. Peace, guys.